I'm currently speaking from Delhi. There are 9 attendees. Hi Abhijit, hi Chetan, hi Jayesh, hi Kavita, hi Pradeep, hi Rama, hi Sayantan, hi Shakarant, hi Subra. Does everybody know how to say hi in the question window? My usual preference is to just give a smiley. Okay, so we have 10 attendees. Hey Jayesh, hey Pradeep, hey Chetan, hey Shubhra, hey Kavita. How are you guys doing? First of all, I'd like to thank you for sacrificing part of your Saturday in your quest for knowledge. It's not an easy decision to do. We all have family obligations, friends, personal lives and professional things to take care of. Yet to take off time, money and effort to put in skilling, reskilling yourself is something that is worth applauding. So thank you all for joining this class. Shall we begin? Chetan said yes, 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 yes. That's the wrong answer. If you want me to begin, you give me a smiley. Smiley means yes. Okay. I got 3, 4 smileys, 5 smileys. There are 11 attendees, 6 smileys. Okay. Quorum has been maintained. Mathematically, we are in, the smileys are in a majority. Let's begin business analytics with R. Today is the first class of business analytics with R. So we'll begin with the preliminary functions of how this program is going to help you learn one of the most popular statistical languages in the world right now. We'll try and set your goals. We'll try and explain our methodology, and we'll try and make sure that your expectations are realistically met in the 6 weeks that you are going to spend, right? We do not have headset for everybody. We have only I'll be speaking. Once in a while, I might ask some of you to speak if I ask you a question. So from the next class onwards, it is advisable you have a headset with a mic. Otherwise, you can just type in your answers in the questions tab. This is a very popular course. I think there are almost 1,000+ learners in Edureka in it. So let me, do all of you know your LMS or your learning management system? Yep. So if you go here, my courses, you should see business analytics with R. Right? This gives you a discussion forum which is hardly underutilized. But this will give you old batch class recordings. Please note that even if we attend today's class, it will take you at least 24 hours for that class to be uploaded. Each week has a assignment, right? At the end of module 6, you will have assignments as well as an exam. You will also have a project, but I'm going too fast. Let me just take you through the PPT first. So first things first, introduction, right? I'm Ajay Ori. I'm the author of R for Business Analytics, a book in R. I'm the founder of a blog called decisionstats.com. I did two semesters in the University of Tennessee Knoxville and then dropped out. I was on the PhD track. Fortunately, I did complete my MBA from IIM Lucknow in 2003 and did my BE engineering in 2001. If you want to know more about me, your instructor, well, you should, because I'm going to spend at least 24 hours with you, 24 man hours. This is my profile on LinkedIn. And this is my email address, ori2007@gmail.com. Right? So let's get connected. My email address is this. gmail.com. Please feel free to send me a LinkedIn request. In fact, it's kind of the first thing that I ask all my students to do. Send me a LinkedIn request. There are two reasons for this. One, we get connected so I can also see your profile. Are you a software developer with 19 years of work ex, or are you a fresher out of college? That gives me a better way of looking at things without asking too many questions. Secondly, we can stay in touch through the years even after the course is over. Okay. Yeah, I already have 9,000 connections, so we may be already connected, like Shubhra is already connected. The second thing on LinkedIn that you might have to join is a group which is a closed group. It is only for people who study R under me. Please make a request to join this group on LinkedIn. And if you don't know what LinkedIn is, well, just go to linkedin.com and create a profile. I'm already getting some requests. Right? You can see previous work assignments that have been done there. I generally save the log of each session and put it on a Google spreadsheet and dump it there. So this was me. Any questions? Any questions about your instructor? No. Right. Thank you, Pradeep, for articulating what seems to be the long, awkward silence. No, there are no questions about me, which means I'm going to have questions about you, right? So could you just write in one line your location, because I want to know your time zone, your years of experience, in which domain, and what you expect from this class. So three things are location, years of experience in domain, expectations. Okay, Jaya is from San Jose in California. That's nice. I've been to Orange County, California. That's close to San Jose. So for example, my name is Ajay. So Ajay, Delhi, 10 years, analytics, good students is my expectations. Right. Chetan wants to develop algorithms with R. Jaya, do you have any expectations? Okay, so she want to go for the data scientist fields. Rama, you're from New Jersey. Any expectations? Subrarat, Singapore. Oh God, it must be really late, Shubha. I apologize for making it even later, but I'll try and make it interesting so that you don't go to sleep. But even if you go to sleep, you know, all the sessions are recorded. So you can look at the recording. But trust me, very few people tend to look at the recording. It's just like looking at a 2-hour documentary. Jayesh wants to SAS, wants to be data scientist. Rama wants to program R, expect sample analytics and big data. Data scientist, everybody wants to be a data scientist. Somebody said they want to write custom algorithm. Well, I think if we do it correctly, we will write our custom algorithm in our first class itself. It will not be a very complicated algorithm though. Kavita wants to use this for finance. Excellent, Kavita. I have a background in finance myself, worked with City Financial and with the GE Consumer Finance, right? So good, now that I know where all of you are, or at least I'll try and remember as much as possible because it's very difficult for me to remember 11 names, locations, experiences and aspirations at the same go. Let's move on to the methodology of the course. First thing, is my voice loud and clear? Wrong answer, Pradeep. Smileys. That's right. The correct answer is a smiley. This is how it works. This is what we are going to do. We are going to have a 6-week duration course. 2-hour live online sessions every Saturday and Sunday. So if you are in Singapore, well, that's okay because it's night time there. But for the rest of you, it's in the morning, that's also okay. But it will affect your weekends for the next 6 weeks. I would really advise you to come to class and not wait for the recording. If you look at the recording, it's like a 2-hour documentary, right? And trust me, there are enough documentaries on YouTube for teaching Python or anything, and the reason they have a low success rate is they're not interesting enough. Right? So that is total of 8 hours per week. Wait a second, 6 into 2 into 2, that's right. That's 4 hours. So that's 4 hours that I will give you, right? But in return, I will want 4 hours from you, maximum. It will never cross more than 4 hours, unless you do something really special in doing assignments and case studies, right? So what's 4 into 60 divided by, because there you'll have a 5-day gap, right, between one weekend and another. So that's I need at least 48 minutes every day on an average. for the next on a weekday. Is that doable? Class, is this doable? Can you give me 48 minutes every work day and 4 hours on the 2 hours on Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday? These smileys will be used as evidence against you in week 6. Okay, you have promised me this, right? So you promised to study and I promised to teach. Project work is going to be approximately 15 hours. You will learn more in how much did you learn or you didn't learn, or it just flew out of your head in the project. This is wrong. This is not going to be a 2-hour proctored exam. It's going to be a 24-hour open book exam. We'll give you an online exam and then we'll give you 24 hours to send the answers. Right? And it will not be done immediately. It will be done after, say, a month or 2. Or you can do domain in any projects. The language should be R. 15 hours within the 6 weeks. No, this is after. The project is after your classes are over. Your exam is after your classes are over. Okay? And the exam will be held after a duration of a couple of weeks for the simple reason that people forget. So right now I'll give you a class after half an hour. If I take a test, you will remember. If I take the test after 1 month, you will remember even less. Which is why we want you to remember things. All classes are recorded. All recordings will be shared, even in downloadable form. Now, let me reassure you, when I say classes are recorded, this does not mean that we are using your webcam to record your movement. No, that is the job of the NSA. We are not doing any recording of anything except the screen that you are seeing. And you can download the recordings. You can view it on your tablet, you can view it on your mobile. Hi Melbe. Melbe has an issue with audio for this session. Is there anybody else who has an issue with audio for this session? No. Kavita says, Kavita, can you hear me loud and clear? So Melbe, I think there is a problem in your internet, because everybody else, including people from San Jose, New Jersey, Singapore, are saying that the audio is clear. Is there a way to listen in by teleconference? I'm not sure. What to do when the instructor is not sure about a technical issue? You email analytics@edureka.in. So welcome to the class, Melbe, and if you have a technical issue, you can mail analytics@edureka.in. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And I hope the issue with the audio is not my accent. It's just the way it is. Can you hear me clearly? I think he or she has left. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Do you provide any sample projects? No, I do not provide any sample projects, but I do give you examples of projects that people have already done. So you can look at that and you can copy the template, but you can't copy the project. So I'll give you an example of projects that already people have done in previous batches. Right? And you can use the same techniques or different techniques for different domains, but the data set has to be different. Okay, all course material, PPTs, PDAs, assignments will be shared as a soft copy. You have lifetime access to the learning management system, right? We deal with open source here. The exam will be a problem-based exam. You have 24/7 online support. What is the email address of the support again? It is analytics@edureka.in. So write an email to them, they'll get back to you. Okay. How many of you are taking notes? Rama is taking notes, okay. Chetan is taking notes, 2 out of 11. Kavita is taking notes, 3 out of 11. A big part of, there is no textbook per such. I will recommend many books as courses come on depending upon specific areas. But a book that I wrote, where is the book that I wrote? Yeah, a book that I wrote last year is this. Some Springer, you will probably get it at a cheaper rate on Amazon. No, it's not available. You have to import it. It's not available in India. Its publisher is based in New York. It's called a publisher called Springer. I'm actually writing the second book called R for Cloud Computing with it. I have a 3-book contract with them. So in case you want to go in for a relatively expensive purchase, this is the book. This is one of the books. But we'll show you other books as well. Okay. Is this okay? These are the rules of the game. Is this okay? Melbe Johnson, are you able to hear me clearly at all? Are you able to see the screen? I'm not getting any answer. Okay. These are the course topics and they are done week-wise. First is we'll introduce you to business analytics. You may think that you know everything about business analytics, but let's, for the sake of conversation and refreshing our knowledge, go to defining what is business analytics, define what is data science, introduce you to R, do a simple data import in R, right? This is wrong. This is a typo here. This is business intelligence. So this is not the kind of intelligence that the CIA or the KGB does. This is just business intelligence. Right? Week 2 will be data quality, data manipulation. Week 3 is exploratory data analysis, data visualization. Week 4 is only data mining. Week 6 is only model building. Week 6 is advanced topics and revision. Note this has been done in a structured format. First you get data in, then you check if it is okay, then you try and make it to the size and format you want, then you go for error analysis. Data visualization is a very enhanced course in this. It's going to be slightly different even if you come from a SAS background. Okay, these are the learning objectives, and each week will have learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will know more on business analytics, data science, and R. You will know more on the R language, community, and ecosystem. You will understand how R is being used in the industry. In fact, you will also know why the language is called R. Compare R with other software analytics. Install R and packages, do basic operations. Maybe use the IDE RStudio. Maybe introduce. This might happen. Sometimes classes spill over, depending upon the questions that you ask. Okay? At the end of each class, you would be asked to give feedback. So please do fill the feedback. It's an automated form, excellent, good, average, poor, and you have to give space. One is that about instructor, second is about course, and third is qualitative. Your qualitative comments are very important in helping the shape the course to your. The most important thing that you will learn today, how to use help in R. Why? Because when you're learning a new language, you should know how to use R help. Okay? Subra, is this clear? Abhijit, is this clear? Pradeep, is this clear? Melbe, I'm not sure why. I'll just please. And they should help you in. Okay, you will not be able to see the question tab when I'm typing it. Okay, so this is business analytics. I've given a small introduction. In case any one of you missed it, this is the book which I wrote. Just to recap. This is me. This is my email address. Always cc analytics.edureka, because that's the support group. .in. And finally, you have the groups that you have to join. This is the group, LinkedIn group that you have to join. It's a closed group. It's only for students. Okay, that's the recap till now. Methodology is clear, everything is clear, right? This is your LMS. We'll just come to other things. So let's first define what is business analytics. Business analytics, if you look at the term itself, study of business data. There are other kinds of data as well. There is government data, there is policy data, there is research data, right? How to study what? This is what. How to study using statistical techniques and programming. So you need both programming and statistical techniques. Why to study? To create decision support and insights. And what is the result? The result is you achieve your business goals. Okay. So what are the two principal business goals in any business? Can somebody mention an answer? What are the two principal goals in any business? Profit. Make profit. Okay. What is profit? Increase shareholder value. You are giving me, complicated terms. Profit is not exactly just profit. Profit is accounting profit also. Shareholder value can, Twitter doesn't make any money, but the shareholder value is increasing like anything. Yeah, increase revenue is one of the goals. One of the goals is increase revenue. What is the second goal? On an operational basis, what do? Decrease cost. So you need, the first thing you need to do is do analytics to increase revenue. Second is to decrease cost. Once these things are done, then your accountants will come in and give you the profit. Right, both lead to higher profit, but profit, if you've done an MBA, you will find that is an unclear term. Both will lead to higher profit, but we are defining them in two subparts. Higher revenue, lower cost, because these projects are fundamentally different. What are the various types of business analytics? So there is descriptive analytics, there is predictive analytics. Is there any other form of analytics? Descriptive analytics describes the current state today. This is the average. What is predictive analytics? It is future forecast. If we do this, we may get that. Right? Both of them are needed. This feeds into this. Predictive analytics does not feed to descriptive. Descriptive analytics will lead to predictive analytics. Right? These are the principal types. You will get other different types also, but for the sake of simplicity and reducing unnecessary complexity, just stick to descriptive and predictive analytics. Who uses business analytics? Pharma, banking, telecom, retail. Give me more examples. Casinos, entertainment industry, hospitals, advertising, internet. Yeah, excellent. Sports, yes. Google, of course, is analytics. Google Analytics is a different thing. Social networks. But no, those are different kinds of analytics in the sense that they deal mostly with unstructured data. We, on the other hand, will spend a whole lot of time dealing with structured data. Or should I call structured data as just numbers? e-commerce, political forecasting, excellent. What is common between all these fields? All the fields that you have noted, what is common between all these fields? They generate a lot of data. No data, no analytics. Sorry. So the basic need for analytics happens after data has come in. You can't study if there is no data. Otherwise you just hypothesize, you simulate. You use it across these domains. So descriptive analytics is generally done in dashboards and reports, while predictive analytics is generally called, models, forecasts, planning. Across a company, from a business analyst to a territory manager to a middle management to senior management, they all use business analytics, but at a different level of aggregation, at a different level of focus. Who creates it? Who creates business analytics? And how? Hint is the answer is given in the same page. You created using statistical techniques and programming, but you also add business perception, right? You can't tell a client that, sir, your product is going to fail because the R square is too low. No, you have to make it back into a business communication. But who creates it? Statistician? No, statistician creates only statistics or deals with statistics. They don't create it. Yes, Rama has got the right answer. Excellent answer, Rama. Data scientists and business analysts, and from now on that includes people like you. Are you able to hear me clearly? Right? So because I'm getting an error message that check the microphone levels. Okay, so maybe I'll need to move the microphone closer. I'm using a headset though. Okay, so this is there. Is this all that you've heard about in the common? No, there is another term. It keeps coming, like a ghost. Why? This term actually came before business analytics. It's called business intelligence. Right? Business intelligence is a set of theories, methodologies, processes, architectures, and technologies to transform raw data. Here it should be raw business data, right, into meaningful and useful information for business purposes. It has data warehousing also. It has performance management also, which is basically a data administration. It has enterprise reporting also, which is a bit like descriptive analytics, but is mostly a lot of reports being churned out. But it also has data mining. So you can say BA is a small subset of BI. Why? Because BA, business analytics, requires data, and BI stores data, right? Shows you data and make sure that data connections are keep flowing through the organization. Is this clear? Any questions till now? I know this is a bit slow, but we have to cover the basic concepts first before we get into the nitty-gritties. Chetan says BI and BA difference. Can you just please repeat? I could do that this time. This is BA, study of business data using statistical techniques. BI is to transform raw data into information. So BI is a superset of BA in that sense. You can look at the recording and follow it up from there. We will not do much of BI here. We'll do a lot of BA here. And this is the current buzzword, data science. It asks me the question, what is the difference between a data science and a business analyst? And somebody told me that a data scientist is actually a business analyst who lives in California. Right? They are quite similar things except for the slight emphasis there. In business analysis, you look more to the business side. In data science, you look more to the programming side. One of the general overused thing is called Conway's diagram. It's a simple, relatively simple. It says you need to have hacking skills, and when I say hacking skills, it doesn't mean you hack into the computer. It basically means that if you need to have problem solving skills. Then you need to have math and statistical knowledge. Then you need to have substantive expertise. Substantive expertise can also mean business domain expertise. Right? Now if you hover over them, this used to mouse over for context. So you can go through this in your meantime, in the 4 hours that you have. Traditional research, right? So even though some of the techniques are similar to traditional research, the focus is different. Okay? And in fact, the difference between BI and BA, just hold on, I actually wrote on the back of my book. Because this was a confusing term for me as well. So BA is the field of exploration and investigation of data generated by business. BI is the seamless dissemination of information to the organization. Involves business metrics, both past and current, but it also involves storage. Data mining, on the other hand, is the process of discovering new patterns. BI is generally referred to current reports, which means a data warehouse is in the backend. BA is models to predict and strategize, and DM matches patterns in big data. Okay? Chetan, does that answer your question? We'll come to that. We'll come to that. How do we couple BA and BA using R? If you have advanced questions in first class, just send it to me by email and I'll send you a few links. So let me Google that for you. Doing BI in R. Doing BA in R is, by the book. My book actually. Doing BI in R. Okay. So you can read this article for business intelligence in R. Pentaho uses it, Oracle uses it, and we'll come to it. So basically all the traditional BI tools, they combine with R to do it. Okay. This is data science. It is more of programming, less of business. Generally data scientists deal with much huger volumes of data. You are not a data scientist if you are using Excel. Okay. You want to study more data science? We give you Coursera courses. There are 26 courses which are for free. Why do you think I'm referring to this? Is because these courses are free, 100,000 people join them, but only 5% graduate out of them. The reason for them is the instructor is not interactive. So you will not have somebody to answer your question immediately. But they are free and they can be used for continuous learnings. They are called massively online open courses. Business analytics understands what solution business needs. The business is the operative part. Data science is primarily programming, applied statistics, and exposure to new domains and techniques. Okay. Now let's do some expectation setting. What will you learn and what you will not learn? Assuming that whatever I teach you, you learn everything, and whatever I don't teach you, you don't learn anything of that. But assuming that you learn everything that is taught in class. Data visualization will be taught, data mining techniques will be taught, including clustering and association analysis, modeling including regression will be taught, demand forecasting will be taught, data manipulation will be taught. It's a very tricky field, data manipulation. And generally it's one of the stumbling points from people moving from one language to another. What you will learn a bit. You could learn about infographics, you could learn about some business strategy models, you could learn about data mining techniques like SVM and decision trees without getting too much into them. Neural nets and ensemble models without getting too much into them, but we'll give you the references to read more. Some web analytics, some social media analytics, and some social network analysis. So we'll introduce you to these. We'll make sure that you'll try and know this thoroughly. You'll be introduced to these and then you can go on. What you will not learn. You will not learn advanced R coding. Why? This is a 6-week course. We cannot teach you advanced R coding in 6 weeks, even if you are a great coder yourself, because we have to take care of the different backgrounds of different students. You will not learn domain knowledge. I will not be able to teach you everything in finance or everything in pharma or anything in 6 weeks. You will not learn big data and Hadoop. You might learn a bit of big data, but you will not learn big data and Hadoop because that is a separate course. You will not learn advanced statistics. Why? Because, well, frankly, you will not need it in industry. Regression is and clustering are generally the most commonly used techniques. Statistical theory is a definite no. Why? There is no need for you to know why regression acts the way it does. But I'll still give you some sources or URLs to go to in case you want to be a researcher. Does Edureka have advanced R coding? No. Will we learn a bit about R integration with Hadoop? Actually, you can learn it right now. I mean, we are planning a course with R and Hadoop, but that is taking some time. But R Hadoop is a specific package. So if you want to keep your data in Hadoop, yeah, there are multiple packages there. So if you already know Hadoop, yeah, it's from Revolution Analytics, funded primarily by Revolution Analytics, but I think it's free. You will not learn this. I've pointed it out to you, you can do a project in it. One of your earlier batchmates did a project in big data, but she used Revolution Analytics. Revolution Analytics gives a free download for academic licenses. Who is Revolution Analytics, by the way? Well, just as Microsoft makes Windows, right? Revolution Analytics makes a commercial version of R. Right? Academic program. See the academic program. So if you need it for academic purposes and not for your office, sir, don't use it for your office. That's, they give you free. Otherwise, for institutes, the annual fees is $999. I have it because I write a book on R and I keep on writing a book on R. Permission is you have to publicize the usage, you have to participate in 2 online surveys, right? So that is between you and Revolution Analytics. But just like Red Hat makes Linux and Canonical also makes Linux, Ubuntu Linux. This is a company that makes, but we'll come to it. Let's review the course methodology before we take a break. 6 weeks, 2 days, 2 hours, online training, dedicated support. In-class quiz, sometimes I'll ask you a quiz in the middle of a class. I was trying to do so for the past few minutes, but you're not responding. Well, it has a certain percentage attached to it. Case studies, class participation has percentage attached to it. Group projects for certification is 40%. You don't do the project, you will not be able to pass. Final exam is 20%. You need score above 65% to pass and get a pass certificate. Otherwise, you will get a participation certificate. Is this clear? Any smileys? Double smileys. Smileys, smileys, smileys. Okay, these are the ground rules. When I was in the army, they used to teach me the harder you sweat in peace, the lesser you bleed in war. So the harder you sweat in the course, in these 6 weeks, the lesser problem you will have in doing projects for your organizations. Right? So before I leave you, I want to know one thing. How many of you have R already installed on your system? Shubhra has, that's 1 out of 12. Jayesh has 2 out of 12. Rama doesn't. Melbe doesn't. Chetan Juneja doesn't. So let's take a 10-minute break. Shakaran doesn't. Let's take a 10-minute break. Let me show you something. I will of course teach you how to do the installation, but it's actually a very easy installation. This is the home project. How many of you are on Mac? Is everybody on Windows or Linux? Okay, we have 2 Macs, so there are some issues with related to Mac, right? So this is www.rproject.org. To download R, please choose your preferred CRAN mirror. Click here. Click Austria, because the Austrians will not track what you are doing. Download R for Windows and base. This is what you want to install R for the first time, base. So if you want to look at it, copy the link address. If you want to download it, your 10-minute break can be very well utilized to download it. Download it and double click it. It's a exe file, it will do that. Okay, so I'll see you after 10 minutes. Is that fair enough? While at the end of, after 10 minutes, I want everybody to have at least installed or tell me with a question that why it's not installed. Yep. Thank you very much. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Hi, I'm back. Oh, is the guy in Singapore still awake? Okay. So we have Singapore, we have San Jose, we have New Jersey, Calcutta. Anybody from Delhi? Mumbai, Jayesh and Shakaran. Chetan, are you from Delhi? Okay, Chetan, there is a bonus gift for you. This is called the New Delhi R User Group Conf Meetup. So if you want to meet other people who are also trying to learn R, but there are a lot of other. This has 183 users, but there are a lot of in the Bay Area. There are a lot of R users. Melbe, where are you from? Mel Johnson. Which city are you from? Sacramento, California, North California. Okay, cool. So let's search for meetup groups. R user meetup groups. There's one in Chicago, there is in Bay Area, there is LA. So what I need is a list. Yeah, this is Revolution Analytics maintains the directory of meetup groups in case you want to meet up people. So let's guess. India, Bangalore, other New Delhi. I'm there in Pune. There is something. Singapore, there is our user group. USA has of course largest. Berkeley, Davis, Los Angeles, Orange County, Pasadena, San Diego. Two San Diegos. Wow. That's one is R users, the other is data science. Stanford, Denver. But I think these all are there, and it's been 3 years since I've been to California, so I forgot where is there. New Jersey is there, Princeton, New Jersey is there, Newark, New Jersey is there. Okay. Sacramento. I don't know which place is closest to you, but these are meetup groups. You can meet other people. Okay. And I have sent you the link. Yeah, I have sent you the link. Melbus is a ladies group in San Francisco. That's unusual, I don't know. Yeah, there's the R ladies SF. Well, that's great actually. But that shows how many people use R in the tech hub of the world. That area is the tech hub of the world. Okay, yeah. Click on them, follow up with them. Okay, coming back to it, did everybody download R? Who has not downloaded R? Okay, he says, is R language introduced sometime new or it's a little old? It's old by I think 20 years old. It used to be called S, then the derivative of S became R. So if you go to our home page and say what is R, that will teach you what is R. Okay. So if you download it and if you install it, this is what you should see. Let's go to all programs. R, by the way, will not uninstall your previous version. You see, I have installed each and every version. Let's say RX 3.02. You see something like this? I've gone on edit GUI preferences. I made the background color V3 and I made the font 16 so that it's more visible when I'm teaching. But it will give you the version number and the platform. So are you here at this point? Pradeep says yes. Shubhra says yes. So I think people who are not here at this point, let me know so I can help you. To download the file, you double click it, you say yes, 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 yes. Where is silence? Sorry. Are you able to do this? Kavita has raised her hand. Kavita? Okay. There's no silence here. There was silence. Are you able to see this? Melbe, are you able to see this? Okay. So now the fun starts. Do 2 plus 3 here. You'll get 5. So at the very basic, R works as a calculator. 2 into 3. 6. 2 raised to power 3. 8. 2 percentage 3. Oops. 2 minus 3. Minus 1. So it's quite simple to use as a calculator, right? Now I'm going to teach you about assignment. Let's say A equal to 2, right? So I say 2A plus 3. It says unexpected symbol. Why? 2 into A plus 3. 7. So it has put A is equal to 2. That's it. You don't need to declare the variable. What is there in memory right now? I used ls. The value A is there. If I just type what is A is 2. Suppose I want more values. Let's take the whole class as a data set. I want you to give your year of birth or if you're not comfortable with the year of birth, give some other year of birth and say year of birth equal to, I use the combine vector for multiple values. So I'm going to say mine is 1977. Okay. So please type out your year of birth, or if you're not comfortable, because it's not considered gentlemanly to ask year of birth, so just type out any year that you like a lot. Did you hear that? Abhijit is also my age. Karthikeyan, Kavita, Melbe, Pradeep, Rama. Give me a year. Wow, everyone seems to be born in 1977, 1983, 1983, 1981, Kavita 1976, Sayantan 1976, Pradeep 1971. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't reveal this. Melbe, give me a year. Give me any year. If you don't want to reveal your actual year, just give any year. Because in the US, it's considered a very personal question to ask age. So 1972, 1979. Okay, good. This is year of birth. I've combined all of them in one vector, right? I can also call this YOB is equal to year of birth. Right? So if I type year of birth, what will I get? I get the list like this. But if I type YOB, I get this. Rama says is not there. Rama, please. What is the year? 1980. Oh, okay. Sorry, Rama. Year of birth is equal to 1980. Forgot. Sorry. I'm just reducing this for my. So they are the same thing, right? So what do I want to do? I can do a mean. What is mean YOB? So on an average, people are born in 1977. Though not much limitations. If there are any limitations, it gives an error. I think you can't put this as a name. 2A is equal to C23. So you can't put this. It has to start with the alphabet. But it can be as big as well. So YOB is this. Mean YOB is this. Let's see the standard deviation between our. Okay, so standard deviation is between 3 and 4 years. You're roughly the same age. Okay, let's do one more thing. I'll call it Z is equal to 2013 minus YOB. Can I do that? Let's see what will happen. If I do Z, oh, it gives me the ages. It has subtracted each value of YOB from this. So if I do a mean Z, average age of the class is 35. Max age of the class is 42. Min age of the class is, I mean, assuming everyone is being honest, you know. Is there some other way I can just not do all these things, mean, max, min? Yeah, let me just do summary. Summary Z. So it says min is 30, max is 42, median is 36, mean is 35.33, right? Any other thing I can do? Let me plot it. Plot Z. Wow, these are the ages. Okay, sorry. This is not, you know, coming so clear. So I go back, I say, and this is just advanced stuff, so I'm just introducing you to some advanced stuff here, equal to yellow. I'm very bad with colors, by the way. Type equal to L and call is equal to red. Okay, let's see what happens. Wow, this shows how our age is. Is this a pretty graph? No, it's a terrible graph. But it is a graph. And the point is, it is so easy to make the graph. Just plot the object. Now, Jayesh is asking what first quartile and third quartile. Let me do that. Instead of doing plot Z, I do a box plot Z. Right. Now this is the minimum. You got it? This is the maximum. Got it? When you say first quartile, it means 25% of the values are below this. When you say median, you say 50% of the values are below this. Right? And when you say third quartile, then you say 75% of the values are below this. This is of course the maximum. This is a special kind of graph called box plot. It's very advanced. I'll teach you in your week 3 maybe. But the syntax is as simple as box plot. And what does box plot do? It basically plots the summary. Minimum, first quartile, median, this, and the maximum. Okay? Pradeep is asking, can you repeat this first part? First quit, etc. What first quit? First quartile. Okay. Pradeep, you know what is percentile? Yeah, so the maximum person is called, 42 is at 100 percentile, right? So the first 25% of the values are in the first quartile. And 75% of the values are below the third quartile. And the second quartile is also the median. So 50% of the values are below this. The 1 is always a pair. It shows the row number. This shows the row number. Shakaran, that shows the row number. Okay, so we got how to, so what have we learned? We have learned, what did we learn? Did we learn? Yeah. We learned assignment. Then we did some mathematical operations. Right? So we learned how to assign an object using equal to. Then we learned how to assign multiple using C. How to turn one object into another. In case you are noticing, thinking why I'm able to scroll through my command so fast, I'm just choosing the up arrow window. You see the up arrow? If you click on the up arrow, you basically go through the last command. Now you go Z, right? And then you say Z. These are the ages of the class. If you use the up arrow, you can just scroll through what all commands you have written previously. Right? Let's show the mean age, or let's not get into mean age. Let's do summary Z. We are all 36 years old. Some of us 30 years old. Maximum is 42. Notice one thing. One statistic didn't come. The standard deviation did not come. The standard deviation says, well, it is varying plus minus 3.797%. It looks okay. What is the formula for standard deviation? I don't know. Jayesh, Melbe, Subra. I want help on standard deviation. How do I do it? I'll do question mark SD. That's the way to do it. Question mark SD is like Google Help. It says numeric vector standard deviation of the right, var for a square, mat for the most. So if you want to seek help, you use question mark. Let's say help on summary. And you get the help. Notice this is local help. Okay. So you'll get what all parameters are there in this. Let's say something helps. I want cluster. It says no documentation for cluster. Try double cluster. So let's say double cluster. Now that is global help. 2 question marks is global help. It will search all the documentation in all the packages, not the packages in your system. If you want to stop it, there is a stop button here. It's red. But we need not stop it. So it will give you a search string like a Google search. Wherever the word cluster comes in, and the formula is like this: function hyphen package. By the way, what is a package? A package is a group of functions. So there are 5,000 packages. You do not load everything in R at one go. So you search for a certain package. So I want you to install a package here. Go to packages, install packages, set Cranmirror Austria if you want. And I want you to install this. Go to R. Yeah. R commander. Click OK here. Right? Click OK here and see what comes. It will also install the dependencies. This is what comes when you install a package. And how do you load a package? You can load a package like this. Packages, load packages. It will show you all the packages that you are there in your local system. So you see this R commander. So you can do that. This is our commander. It's a GUI. Get away from writing code. Easy way is a GUI. And I'll tell you more. If the first time it asks you, should you install other things, say yes. Don't say no, say yes. So library package name. Let's go back to our presentation. Problems in the business are increase revenue, decrease cost. Tools, mostly MS Excel as used, PowerPoint is used, Word is used, but increasingly businesses are using statistical analysis. Problems can be solved by MS XLR, which require high degree of interaction and linking. What can't be solved by MS Excel? Data which has more than 100,000 rows. Business analytics definition is done. It solves both these problems. History is 1960s, SAS and SPSS came up, and they used to compete for a long time before IBM bought SPSS. Different kinds of business analytics, descriptive, predictive. R is a language, SAS is a language, it's an institute, the name of a company, and it's also a software. How are they different? Please give feedback at the end of the session. Right? So we are going to go for introduction to R. What is R? I've shown you the website. I've shown you the about page, history. It shows the history, evolution, current state. It's open source and free. Please read this page. These are some of the two corporate uses of R as in companies and domains. The two principal companies developing R products as of now are Revolution Analytics and R Studios, though there are others as well. Now let's say you don't want to go to all the trouble of installing R and doing this. You can go to a website called RFiddle, which is basically created an online browser version of R. So let me do this. I've done something till now, right? 2 plus 4, run the code. Taking a lot of time. So you see 2 plus 4, 6. And I say, okay, let me copy the code which I add here. Remember the code that I add here? Let's see if it runs there. In the browser. By the way, that's just the browser. That's nothing. RFiddle is nothing but the browser. Paste. Run the code. Okay, code is running. Now say YOB is equal to year of birth. So not only are there GUIs, but now there are cloud GUIs, as in browser GUIs. Let's say YOB is equal to year of birth. Well, it will run the whole code again. So it might as well write the whole code here. In our fiddle. And let's do plot Z type. So let's do hist Z. So let's do a histogram analysis of that. Right? Let's run the code. This should give you a frequency analysis. If you do it locally, let's say ls, Z is there. If I do hist of Z, this should give you a frequency analysis. Right? So this gives you a frequency analysis of how ages are. Right? I can also change this atrocious color using par to I don't know what all colors are there in R. Let's type colors. There are 57 colors. So yellow green looks like an interesting color. So call it yellow green. Right? And let's call this hist-Z. This is, oh, this is a much better looking graph now. Same graph looks better, right? But I want it even more granular. I say breaks equal to 10. So it's now even more granular. This is a simple frequency analysis. Yeah, you can do addition, subtraction, everything in install RFiddle. R Commander is a local GUI. RFiddle is like a cloud GUI. And I think the Pro version allows you to save your code personally. Right? Last, I think somebody wanted to write an algorithm here. Right? Algorithms are very confusing things. But let's say algol 1 equal to function x. This should give me 3 into x into 3 raised to the power x plus 3 into x raised to power 3 plus minus 37, right? So I've got this. If I type algol1, this gives me a function. It's basically not an algorithm, more like a function. So if I run this function, how do I run this function? I say algol1 on 1. It will give me the value of this function applied on 1. If I give this on 10, it will give me the value of the function on 10. If I do this algol 1 is to 10, note that hyphen, this part, it says 1 to 10. So it is running from this. And you can say algol 1 to 100. Wow. Now let me get even more ambitious. What point of time does it become absurd? It becomes absurd after 12, right? So let me put this, and I can put a function within a function. So I can say plot of this. If I do this, you can see how this function is increasing. And if I want a line plot, all I have to do is type is equal to L. See? And if I want to do even more shenanigans, wow. But the basic is write just function x and input in bracket puts the value. Kavita, you will get a result. It just takes some time because it's on the browser. So if you say Z here, like all websites, it will have, note it has a fiddle ID, right? So if you say 2 plus 4, run code 6, see this, it's running. Okay, come back to our presentation. Did you know that Oracle creates a version of R? Yes, it's called Oracle R Enterprise. It's embedded within the database. This is the topic there. SAP uses R for analyzing its HANA database. This is part from SAP documentation itself. SAS Institute views R as an opportunity, not as a threat. Right? This is a function from the Senior Director of Statistical Development in SAS. He says, well, we build something in SAS, we have to test it on some other software, right? R is the software. You can use R to analyze data in a SAS dataset, and we'll come to it. Jump also supports R. So those of you who are in India, Jump is a software that's mostly used in the US for design of experiments and statistical quality control. Teradata uses R. It has a R connection. It's called a package, also called Teradata R. IBM uses and even teaches R. IBM teaches R you at $1,500 for 2 days. So, which gives me some ideas. But anyways, right? So you have company, corporate usage of R, companies and domains. Domains I've covered. These are some of the companies that are using R. This is the source. In comparing R, you see R is open source and free, but it has a steep learning curve. You'll have to learn each and every of the syntax. It has a lot of packages, 5,000 packages, but multiple packages do the same thing, as we found out when we did a search for cluster. It can be customized, but by default it stores memory in the RAM. This used to be a problem when RAM was a problem, but RAM is no longer a problem because, well, it's now on the cloud. Jayesh, you have a question? Okay, Jayesh says, can you do the install for installing package R Windows R console? First, you have to set your CRAN mirror. Set CRAN mirror to some country where it's going to get the package from. So let's say Canada. Then it goes to package, install package. Jayesh, is it okay now? So let's say actuals. So this is the reason I've also put you on the LinkedIn group so that you can discuss these questions and form study groups with each other. Right? How do I load the package? Again, package, load package. Got it? Coming back to our PPT, it has very good graphics. You need much better programming skills. That's the big elephant in the room. You need programming skills. It has GUIs, but customization needs command line. So it can connect to many database and database, but you need to know which package to use, and there are 5,000 packages. This will come with experience and learning. If you compare R and base SAS, base SAS and SAS stat are the principal softwares that SAS Institute sells. SAS Institute is the best analytics company in the world in terms of commercial software. They are the market leaders. They have a $2.5 billion revenue. They are expensive. They have annual licenses, not perpetual licenses like Microsoft, but annual licenses. But still people use them because it's already there in 26,000 sites. And if you shift from SAS to R, it will take you 3 months. In that 3 months, the business loss might be more. It is very fast on the desktop. The SAS GUI is horrible. It's very expensive. You can use R on the cloud. I've personally used R on the cloud many times because then I can get to 60 or even 100 GB RAM. Right? If you compare R and others, you'll see r4stats.com. Popularity of R is increasing in traffic of email discussion list. This is the article that is a much more comprehensive academic article on comparing R, Stata, SAS and SPSS. This is what we did. We downloaded R, installed the R. We did not do this, install R tools. We installed packages, we updated packages. We update packages using the single line command called update.packages, or you can go here and you can say packages and update packages. You need to use R tools only if you are going to build package, which I don't think you will be doing it right now. But if you are going to build customized algorithms, you may want to install R tools. It works on Windows. It's a Windows only tool. You download, install R tools, install packages, update packages. CRAN contains all the packages, right? You load the package using library. You install packages. It contains all the installed packages, the machine. The library packages contain all the loaded packages. So there are 3 steps. CRAN has all the packages. Install packages is one-time operation. It will install a package in your local machine, and library package has to be done in each R session. It will load that specific package. So the next time you go and say, I want R commander, last time it was there, it's not there now, well, you have to do the command again. Basics of R that we have done are addition, subtraction, some numerical operations, right? I did a function, but let me do one more thing before we end today's class. Let's call get working directory. This is C users KUS documents. I want to set the working directory to my desktop. Why? I want the directory to be where my data is. Notice this is a forward slash. If it was a backward slash, you'll need 2 backward slashes, right? Now I type dir command. Okay. There is nothing I can read here. So let me go back to set working directory. Right. Now if I do a dir command, it will list me all the files within that directory. Right. Now I need a CSV file. Right. So I'm going to say CSV file. How do I read it? I just read it like this. A, assign the name, read dot CSV, file name, header is equal to true. I'll show you in tomorrow's class what that means. It shows the first row has separator is equal to comma. What is A? This is A. Can I see the whole of A? No. I want to see only a part of A. So I say head of A. Give me the first few rows. Okay. So it seems that I made a mistake here. Fixed acidity, volatile acidity, citric acid, residual sugar. The separator was not comma. Now if I do head of A, yeah, fixed acidity is there, but the separator is semicolon. So I say semicolon. Now if I do head of A, now it is coming correctly. So you have to be sure on the separators. This will come in tomorrow's class. I'm just giving an example. The working directory is where your temporary files are stored. Working directory is where your temporary files are stored. Lost connection. Chetan says you have lost the connection. Okay, don't worry. I'll save it. Save to file. Well, you need a place to work, right? And that is your working directory. I'll save to file. Right? And it makes it easier to do that. Otherwise, you'll have to write the whole path name. So instead of writing C, Windows, desktop, something, I can just simply append the whole path name. And if I do write CSV for writing the file, I can go directly to that file. This is part of directory management for, you know, a better project. Kavita, we need it so that we don't get confused with thousands of files in hundreds of directories. We should make sure that we input and output files in specific directories. Okay, so one final thing which is in R commander, and then I'll end. This will show you the power of R. Go to data, read data and packages, say data sets. You need not understand this. This is a demonstration as of now of what R can do for you. Say iris, OK. Now go to graphs, 3D graph, 3D scatter plot. No, I'll save the log. Chetan, I've saved the log and I'll put the log in the Google Doc. And I'll share it on the LinkedIn Drive. So I'm saying in a flower, petal length is a function of petal width and sepal length. Plotting by the group species, OK. I click OK. Okay, this has to be done by this, and this is 1. This should be 2, this should be 1. OK. Note the command is automatically getting generated on its own. So if you go to tools, so this is a 3-dimensional graph that I made without writing a single line of code. I don't think I can do it in Excel. These are 3 categoric values which are basically type of flowers, Setosa versus Sica and Virginica, and they are plotted along 3 numeric variables. And I didn't write a single line of code. I just used ArcGUI. You can't do that in any other software as of now. Okay. So we'll continue today's session. How do you go to R Commander? You install the package R Commander, right? Then you load it using library R Commander. And I'll teach you tomorrow. I loaded the data from data in packages, read dataset from attached package. Then I went to graphs and 3D graphs. But don't worry, we've got plenty of time. We'll do that tomorrow. But this is something that you can't really do, and it's very impressive. And I didn't write a single line of R code in it. Plotting 3 numeric variables with 1 categoric variable. Okay, any questions till now? Rest I will show you in tomorrow's class. Kavita, Chetan, do you want the class to end? You need to give a smiley. Can I have one final smiley of the day? Right. Yeah. Jayesh, I'll do that. Remind me tomorrow again. I'm going to save my R console. This is how I save it. Save to file. Last desktop, last save to, or let's say last save 11 save. Then I go to Google Docs. Right, I upload it. This is the log of the session. Last saved 11. Open. Share. This can be public on the web, or let's say anyone on the web. Now I take the link here, copy the link here, and I put it in the LinkedIn group, because otherwise you guys will not join the LinkedIn group. So homework and all, LinkedIn group will really help. It can even help you to interact or exchange messages between each other. So say class 1 log, this is December 21, 2014, and I just need to paste the link. Right? That's it. And people want to join Abhijit, and people want to join the group also. Let's see who all want to join. 3 requests to join. This is Sham Narayan, Abhijit is there, Jaya is there. Who's Sham? I didn't see him in class. Sham, are you there? Who's Sham? Oh yeah, Sham joined in late. Okay. Oh, so Sham is also approved. Right. My email address is ori2007@gmail.com. Please feel free to send me any LinkedIn request. This is me. Oh God. Yeah, this is how I look like 3 months ago. And you can read about me, and you even have my email address here. So you can connect to me on here. Any other questions? Kavita is saying warning message. And Kavita send a mail to analytics@edureka.in. I installed it from CRAN. CRAN is the global repository. The help group is analytics@edureka.in. Okay, that's all for now. I think we are slightly over time, but thanks for being so patient with me on a Saturday, and I wish you all the best, and hopefully I'll be able to teach you a bit of R that is useful for you in your careers and your work life. Thank you, everybody. Do fill the feedback at the end of the class. You'll get an automated email. Please do fill the feedback. Please add in your comments how we can make this better for you. Thank you. Good night. Goodbye. Good luck.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call